What's up, world? This is your guy, Guitar K, and today's video is called Take Your Time, Young Man. Look, don't make permanent decisions based off of temporary emotions. Look, you gotta think before you act. Look before you leap. Learn to take a breath. Pause. Sleep on it if you have to. Look, man, practice saying, let me think about it, and really take the time to think about it. When I think about it, a lot of types of bad decisions come from emotions, angry decisions or impatient decisions. And when anger tells you, go ahead and do it, but wisdom is telling you, think about it. Do I want to deal with the consequences? But not all of these decisions come from anger. A lot of hasty decisions come from lust and greed and pride and envy. Sounds a lot like the 7 deadly sins. Now, anger is one of them. Look, man, take your time, young man or woman. Look, this goes for everybody, man. We got to stop making these rash, crazy decisions based off of emotions that later on we come to regret. Learn to take your time. Learn to think about it. You don't got to always make these snap decisions. You have the power to say, hold up, let me think about it. Take a breath. Pause. Anything that can affect your life for years to come, it deserves some thought. Before you act on it, think about it. Look, right now, for me, if it's going to affect my life for the days to come, it deserves some time to think about it. Look, don't rush me into thinking about it. Don't rush me into making a decision or giving no quick answers. Not today, because jumping the gun has gotten me shot one too many times. I'm not for jumping the gun today, man. Not today. Read that message a couple of times before you send it out. Think about what you're saying before you say it. Think about all the things that could happen, all of them, before you do whatever it is that you're going to do. Regret is one of the worst feelings. And we try so hard to act like we don't feel it, and I don't care, I did it, and now I did it. But it's one of the worst feelings. But today I'm talking about how to avoid it, how to prevent it. In just a few minutes, sometimes just a few seconds of pause or thinking can make a world of difference. But we can put the words, matter of fact, you can't put the words back in your mouth. So you got to think about what you say before you say it. You cannot put the bullets back in the gun. So you better think long and hard if you really want to squeeze that trigger. But we can train ourselves to not say things that we're going to regret saying, that we just going to have to end up apologize for saying later. And even though you apologize, man, it's never going to be the same once you say said thing. Never, ever. They're going to always remember it. Always and forever. 10 years from now, something that you say now is going to trigger them to remember that thing that you said 10 years ago. And as far as our pulling out that gun and squeezing that trigger, we know that never, ever ends good for anyone that's involved. Learn to take your time, young man, young woman. Learn to take your time. When we make haste, we make waste. Let's learn to make good, sound, rash decisions. Be thoughtful. Be mindful. Stop making these life-changing decisions with the blink of an eye. And now you're dealing with these consequences of these snap decisions. You're dealing with them for the rest of your life. Sometimes your life is over because you made these decisions. A plenty of person is doing life in prison for a 10-second decision. A plenty of person is in the graveyard for a 1-second decision, man. Learn to think before you act. It's very, very important. Take your time, young man. This is your guy, Guitar K. Be more